Hi Leo, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be your monthly reading for July. Keep in mind, timing and energy is still fluid. This reading could play out at any point in time throughout the month of July. This message may or may not be for you, so I do ask that you only take with you the messages that resonate and leave behind the rest. Also keep in mind, Leo, these are energies in and around you, and so characters, energies can be swapped around, and so swap around the energies to make yourself fit, but do not cram yourself into a message that's not meant for you. This is also for any major Leo placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node, and so if this message does not resonate, then do check your other signs and placements. Before jumping in with the cards, Leo, I'm going to talk about the energies that came through in my meditative session. Hi, kitty. And I kept feeling this overburdening contemplative energy. It's like you've been on the fence contemplating a decision. And I also felt this energy of, oh, two cards flipped out when Kitty jumped over there. I felt this overwhelming feeling of somebody trying to escape from their responsibilities or their obligations. My throat is getting all tense, and so there might be some communication blocks, or there could be somebody that's not been speaking up or speaking some truth. I also feel it's time to address addictions and any overindulgence issues, because if you don't address it, it could lead to some type of nasty confrontation or maybe even an accident or an overdose. And so it was this feeling of like treading water. And so I feel somebody's gotten themselves in deeper than they should have in a situation. And so it is also this energy I felt of like having to deal with an ex and some children. That's likely causing some type of negative effect in a current relationship. And that's not going to be for everybody. And so I felt a lot of fear. And so how can you address and pinpoint the source of your fears when it comes to love and intimacy with another? Because I do feel blocked intimacy. And so family and responsibilities are in the forefront. And I do feel these issues need to be resolved, or it's going to keep creating all kinds of blocks for you in your love life. And so let's jump in with the cards. That might be a standalone message. It might not be. Let's see what Kitty flipped off the top of my deck. Give me 1 minute. Sorry about that, Leo. I went into a huge coughing spell. And so somebody needs to remove a throat chakra block. I feel, especially with this, it's like he's got his mouth covered. And so somebody's really concerned about some issues and they've not been talking about it. I feel this energy of cracking the whip. A cycle is coming to a close. And I do feel this is going to need to be addressed. So we get a 10 and a 33. So master number 33. 33 is a master number linked to Freemasonry as well. And so I do feel like this death, this rebirth energy as well going on, if you notice the lilies in the background. And so I do feel somebody's really resisted mastering a lesson when it comes to a cycle coming to a close. And so maybe somebody's been skirting around some family responsibilities. Maybe they owe an ex an abundance of child support back payment. I'm not sure. That doesn't have to be the case. But I do feel a current relationship being negatively affected by an ex that somebody has kids with. So I'm going to put this back on the top because I'm not starting with that deck. We're going to start off with the Spiritual Journey Oracle deck today. And so we're going to jump in with these cards, Leo, and we're going to see what else needs to come through for you. So there is a soul contract here. You might be like overworking, trying to keep busy to avoid dealing with this. There's a need to retreat. There's a need to get outside. There's a need to ground because there is a soul contract that you need to clear this life. And I don't think you have all the answers. There is something major here that you need to address that has been put on the back burner, that somebody's escaped from facing some karma or some responsibilities here. And so you have to do this. There is a mutual soul agreement between you and another that you incarnated with this lifetime that you need to clear. So I would spend time in nature going within to really understand why these blocks are there when it comes to love and intimacy. And maybe this is stemming around a mother wound. Maybe this is somebody that lacked nurturing when they were a child. So let's see what else needs to come through for you, Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node messages for Leo, please. Well, you're on the pathway to evolution. I'll show you how these come out. Look at these. They all stuck like this. Okay, so there is a relationship situation here that is about to shift in a very powerful way. And you are walking straight into a new life, and you've manifested this. But what do you need to clear in order for your life to change drastically? Because there's a catalyst, there's a reconciliation. This is stemming around your life purpose. Maybe you need to reconcile with the mother of your children, or maybe you're in a partnership with somebody that, hasn't really dealt with any family responsibilities, and maybe they ran to you to escape these family responsibilities. There's a soul connection here that I feel is proving to be very difficult, but it is playing a significant factor when it comes to your evolution. And so your life is about to look drastically different than it did before. And so I feel some type of death, some type of transformation, some type of rebirth. And so we create in our physical reality the thoughts that we're constantly thinking. And so I do feel somebody's caught in a negative thought loop, and they're treading water. There's a fine line here, and I do feel there's going to be some type of exposure that's going to redirect somebody. There's going to be a challenging catalyst event or a person that you're going to have to deal with that is going to get somebody to refocus some energies here. And so reconciliation, reunion on the horizon with a loved one. This could be a parent, a child, an ex that I channeled. It could be an ex-wife or an ex-common law that somebody has children with. And so this is about your life purpose, though. So what are you being prompted to change, Leo? Something needs to change here. Something needs to change here. And so I do feel maybe you're connected to a toxic social group. But I do feel there's some type of toxicity here in a romantic partnership. And either you've been staying stuck and stagnant and depleted in this relationship, or the other person is. But I do feel in dream space, Spirit's been trying to hound you when it comes to telling you you need boundaries here. There's some type of emotional irregulation here, and boundaries are necessary at this time as you figure out how to weasel your way out of a tough situation. You could be dealing with a weasel. And so this reunion, this reconciliation, it doesn't mean that you're getting back with somebody from the past. But I do feel a cycle here that lacked closure and resolution. And this is on the horizon to be dealt with in the month of July. So let's see what else needs to come through with my combined Kipper deck, along with my extended Lenormand deck. And so, Leo, let's see what else needs to come through. Yeah, distant horizons. You got some challenges up ahead. You got some challenges to face when it comes to completion of a cycle. And so I do feel maybe you walked away from something and you're going to have to go back and finish what you started. But I do feel on the distant horizons, get ready, because some challenges are up ahead. And you're going to have to face these challenges head on, Leo. So let's see what else needs to come through for you. Messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. There's that death energy again. Ooh. Wow. Wow, there's a bridge about to get burned here. And I do feel there's blocks when it comes to intimacy. And so this could just be all happening internally, or this could be reflected in a relationship. But I do feel, yeah, it's like somebody walked away from something in the past, but they never fully made peace with their emotions, and they've still been holding on to something from the past that I feel was walked away from. We get the roses in reverse, which is a 9 card, and then we get the lilies upright, which is a 30 card, breaking down to a 3. And so we got the King of Spades upright and the Queen of Spades reversed. So the King of Swords upright, the Queen of Swords in reversed. And so there's an imbalance here between a masculine and a feminine. And so the Queen of Swords reversed can indicate an ex and no longer talking. There could be blocked communication. She don't want to hear what you got to say. She don't want to hear it. She's got no love left in this situation. And we got a King of Swords here that I think is being pushed into being honest about a situation that was walked away from, whether the Queen walked away or the King walked away. Somebody's still holding on to the past, and there needs to be a burning of a bridge here. This is a 38 breaking down to an 11, and so this is about self-mastery. 11 is a higher vibration, a higher calling. And so there is a need to either mend a bridge or burn a bridge. And this will lead somebody down the pathway of integrity. And so I do feel there's been this lack of integrity, this lack of honesty, this lack of honor and vigor. And there's going to be a tower here. I feel there was an ending in the past and somebody didn't grieve that loss. And now they're swimming in a sea of emotions, nostalgia, regret. And this is about a karmic pathway activation with the compass. And so this is a North Node reorientation. And there is going to be a tower. There is going to be a shakeup. And so this will lead you down the pathway of great fortune. And that doesn't have to be monetary fortune. The true fortune is intimacy. And so I could be talking to a Leo that needs to open up their heart. Because we can have all the money in the world and all the fortune and all the material things in the world. But if we aren't coming from a place of emotional accountability and open in the heart space, true happiness will always evade us, right? And so maybe you're dealing with somebody born on the 26th. 26 also breaks down to an 8. And that's the energy of what goes around comes around. And so it might take a lot of great strength to go back to somebody from the past. But that's where the blessings lie. It's time to face some shady behavior. There could be a social group here where you're dealing with a bunch of rats. I think there's a lot of gossip going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of people talking behind the scenes about maybe somebody who isn't stepping up to the plate. I do feel a mother energy here that has some expectations, and I do feel somebody's been falling short. And so there could be a breakdown of an ego here is what I'm feeling. That's kind of what I'm feeling. And I do feel people are talking about this person. I do feel people are talking about this ex. And maybe this ex is exposing an unhealthy situation. But what I notice here is there's 2 bridges, right? So it's like somebody might have went towards a new relationship, built a new bridge without either mending or burning the bridge before, because the past does need to be dealt with. And I do feel this is like 7-7 energy too. 25 is a 7, 16 is a 7. Something around July the 7th, around the 7-7 portal. There's going to be a tower. It's like this is somebody's getting blasted. And what I just heard was guns in my head and they won't stop. And so somebody's being haunted in the headspace by spirit when it comes to a poor decision, when it comes to an ending in the past. And I don't think there's any love left there. But something needs to be sorted out is kind of what I feel. Something needs to come back around that wasn't dealt with. Yep. A past betrayal. The worst has already happened. So I do feel this has been long overdue. I do feel this is an ending probably from a while ago. Maybe from 7 years ago. Maybe a relationship from 7 or 8 years ago that was never ever dealt with. And so I feel somebody's stuck in some old patterns. We've got Saturn energy coming through here. We've got some karmic lessons. And so I do feel with Saturn retrograde in Pisces, the past is coming back around to be addressed. The past is coming back around to be addressed. So let's see what else needs to come through. Yeah, there's been a lack of healing. I don't think somebody really put the past to bed. There is some type of rebalancing going on here. Something about Jupiter and Taurus. You might want to check where your Jupiter is. But I feel when that North Node shifts into Aries, this is going to create an unsettling feeling when it comes to dealing with something from the past that needs to be addressed. And I know not everybody wants to deal with their past, but we can't move into the next cycle until the past has been fully dealt with. So Leo, let's see what else needs to come through for you. Messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. Something about that Cancer new moon. We've got a Capricorn full moon on Monday, July the 3rd, and then we have the Cancer full moon 2 weeks later, or Cancer new moon, pardon me. So I feel it's time to get your emotions in check. There's definitely been some blocked communication, challenging communication. There's delays, there's setbacks, there's challenges. There's like a blocked chakra pathway. And I do feel somebody needs to get in the driver's seat. Somebody needs to get their emotions in check and take charge of a situation. But it's going to require a new outlook, right? Pisces energy, the Hanged Man. And so with Pisces retrograde, Neptune at Pisces, Neptune's in Pisces. And it's stationing retrograde on June the 30th. And so over the next 5 months, Get ready to reevaluate a situation. There's going to be a new perspective gained. I feel somebody here has been playing the victim, been playing the martyr, and maybe gathered a whole bunch of people to, you know, throw them a pity party. But I feel that illusion is getting blasted out of the water. Yeah, definitely. We could have a feminine here that likes to manipulate somebody. It could be this ex. It doesn't have to be. But I also feel we could have a masculine here that's got a distorted sense of his inner feminine. I feel we've got a masculine here that, you know, has an inner wounded feminine. And, you know, he maybe uses materialism as a form of dealing with life. And like I said, we can have all the money in the world, but there's a lack of emotional contentment here. And I do feel there's a need to break free from some type of pattern. And maybe somebody needs to go back to somebody from the past that they hurt, that they betrayed. And they've been, you know, pretending like, hey, no big deal. I'm good. I got money. I don't need love. But I do feel there's going to be a wake-up call coming up here right shortly. And maybe you're going to need to block communication. But, ooh, 3 cups just came out. Let's see what else needs to come through for you, Leo. So I just feel like the masquerade's over. The party's over. It's cause for celebration. This is about authenticity. And so there's going to be some communication, maybe with a mother, somebody's ex. I do feel with Mercury just going into Cancer, you know, this could be the past coming back to haunt somebody too, right? Somebody could be living a masquerade, a charade, pretending like life is just great. I've got all the glory and all the passion, but I do feel there could be some drinking issues here as well. We do got somebody here that's been playing the victim. Cancer, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Pisces, Sag. There's definitely communication blocks here. There's definitely communication blocks here. So let's clarify the King of Coins upright with the Queen of Cups in reverse, because I just feel this is somebody's internal dialogue. Yeah, internal dialogue. As they say that, the High Priestess comes out. So this is somebody's internal dialogue. And this is about a family. This is about family responsibilities. And so the 10 of Coins, there very well could have been a long-standing commitment that was walked away from. And there's really not been open communication about it. I do feel somebody's got some secrets here. I feel somebody might have some dark motivations. And as the North Node shifts into Aries, that Libra South Node is going to expose an imbalance and injustice, because what stays hidden in the dark always comes to light. And so if we've got a masculine here with an inner wounded feminine, and he's been pretending like everything's great financially, I think there might be a wake-up call here. There might be a karmic rebalancing, because I do feel heaviness on the heart. Maybe somebody needs to fix their relationship with their children. Let's take a look at the 3 cups, because it does feel like a celebration. Yeah, but it also feels like a masquerade, and that's what I thought. So, yeah, there's a lot of passion, but there's really no love here. There's blocks when it comes to intimacy, because there's a need to heal some past heartbreak that's been a block. Maybe somebody exited a situation, and I do feel children were a factor. So maybe this is something coming back from the past from 3 years ago. Saturn is saying we need to address this past pain. I feel somebody, you know, was toying with somebody's heart. I do feel somebody's all about the sex, all about the passion, and really isn't emotionally invested. And so clarifying the 3 cups, we got the Devil. So how long are we going to keep dancing with the devil, Leo? Because something here is toxic. Maybe you're dealing with a Capricorn. I'm not sure. But you're going to get a wake-up call. There's going to be a wake-up call. This is a rude awakening. And I do feel there's a need to heal some heart pain here. More Pisces, more Cancer. So I think get ready for a shakeup. There's a block on the heart, and that's what I felt. There's a block of intimacy. And so how long can you block your heart, Leo? Because I do feel an outpouring of emotions, and you're not going to be able to control them. An outpouring of emotions. And so let's get you one last message. A cycle is ending. I think a cycle already ended. But the ramifications of the ending haven't been emotionally dealt with, and that's coming back around. But let's get you one last message or advice card from Spirit, from the Divine Energy Oracle deck. What else does Leo need to know when it comes to these energies for July? Rejuvenate, shine your light, be of service, strengthen your gifts. And so it is about the heart. I do feel somebody shining a light on a loveless situation. And Leo, strengthen your gifts. I feel Leo, this is about stepping into service. We didn't just come here to be selfish and be greedy and live for ourselves. We came here to be of service to others. And so whatever is playing out, this is a part of your mission. This is a part of shining a light on your gifts, and maybe shining a light on your negative vices and your shadow self. There is going to be some type of rejuvenation, reconciliation. I do think something can be rejuvenated and you'll be able to look forward, but somebody here has to correct some past mistakes. There's a past mistake or a past betrayal that does need to be course corrected, addressed, and faced head on in order for somebody in this situation to be fully open to love. And that's kind of what I got for you, Leo. So I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, I do encourage you to check out that description box below. And I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.